Hello everyone and welcome into today's reaction video. Today I'll be watching episode 4 of The Last of Us. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is KL, and if you have not seen my previous Last of Us episode reactions, click up here in the corner to get to that playlist. Episode 3 was absolutely incredible, but I won't lie, I am so ready to get back into Joel and Ellie and their travels across the United States and see what they get up to, and I'm just so excited. As a heads up, I do know the story of The Last of Us very well, both games and the DLC, but I will be keeping my reaction spoiler free, and then in my review, if I want to dive into spoilers about what's to come, I'll have a section timestamped out for that, for those of you that have not played the games and do not know the story. Then you can skip that section, is what I meant to say. Thank you so much to all my YouTube subscribers here on the channel. Thank you to you for watching today, and thank you to all of my members over on Patreon for the financial support of the channel. And if you want extra benefits like exclusive reactions, full-length watch-alongs, voting abilities, and more, link in the corner in the description, pinned comment probably. All right, so excited for this episode today. So with that, let's press play. Oh shoot, did I? Let me do it while it's playing. Did not want to pause just for that. Or start the recording over. Practicing, or well, trying to. Can't really practice with a gun in this world. I wonder how much shit Joel's gonna give her for taking that gun. I wonder what gas station this is.
We have to do this every hour?
Gas breaks down over time. This stuff's almost water. Back in the day, we'd drive 10, 12 hours on one tank.
Nice. How does that work?
It's when liquid travels against gravity because pressure.
You don't know.
I know it works.
There were locations in the last episode that I didn't recognize in the moment, but looked it up after the fact, and my brother recognized the bridge that they crossed at the start of last episode immediately. It's Fish Creek Park in Calgary.
No pun intended. Volume 2. Volume 2. Look, you get it? 2, like T-O-O.
Joel's like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
You can't escape Will Livingston.
Oh my god, look at all these cars. Bill's truck, the contrast between the truck and these vehicles, so good.
I got something. Here. This make you all nostalgic?
Hank
It's actually
Williams.
before my time.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Which song? I should have known it was this song. I don't know why.
It's, light on the reading, but it has some interesting pictures.
Oh, no. Put that back. That's not for kids.
How do
Ellie,
you even walk around with that thing?
please.
Why are all these pages stuck together? I'm just fucking with you.
Alone and forsaken by.
Wow, they did a good job of making this look. This looks fantastic. Yes, the Lethbridge Bridge. It's the Lethbridge Viaduct. I love that they included that bridge in the scenery of this show. It's awesome. I feel like there should be no infected way out here, right? Is that ravioli?
What am I even eating?
That is 20-year-old Chef Boyardee ravioli.
That guy's good.
I actually agree.
So can we start a fire? I'm freezing.
Now, why am I going to tell you no?
Because infected will see the smoke.
No, fungus isn't that smart.
People? Actually smells kind of good.
Well, that would be Frank's then.
Joel, can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Why did the Scarecrow get an award?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
You dick!
I thought she was actually going to ask a serious question. I should have known.
There's no way anyone knows we're here, right? No one's gonna find us.
No one's going to find us.
I feel like Joel's not going to really sleep at all, actually. I feel like if it were me, I'd be too scared to sleep. Yep.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
You don't like coffee?
What's his name?
Whose name?
Your brother.
Tommy.
Younger or older?
Younger.
Why isn't he with you?
Long story.
Is it longer than 25 hours? 'Cause I think that's what we got.
Gotta get to know each other.
Tommy's what we used to call a joiner. So he enlists in the Army right out of high school. A few months later, they ship him off to Desert Storm. 12 years later, outbreak happens. He convinces me to join a group making their way up to Boston, which I did, mostly to keep an eye on him, keep him alive. That's where we met Tess. Well, for what it was, it worked. And then Tommy meets Marlene. She talks me into joining the Fireflies. Same mistake he made when he was 18. He wants to save the world. Pipe dream. Him. Fireflies, all of them. Delusional. Of course, last I heard he quit the Fireflies too. So now he's on his own out there, and I gotta go get him.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on? I mean, you gotta try, right?
You haven't seen the world, so you don't know. You keep going for family. That's about it.
I'm not family.
No, you're cargo. But I made a promise to Tess, and she was like family.
Poor Ellie.
You got up pretty early if you want to grab more sleep.
I'm not even tired.
Good. That was excellent. Roadblock. Big roadblock.
Stay put.
Oh, God. This overpass looks so familiar to me, but I'm not sure exactly which one it is. Looks like Calgary.
Where are we?
Kansas City. Screw it.
What are you doing? I can't tell from this. I'm all turned around.
Well, don't look at the state map. Look at the
I
inside.
don't know where we are in that either.
Downtown
We're sticking
Calgary,
in a
let's
fucking
go.
car, man.
Oh
I
my
mean, I think we're
gosh.
heading north.
Yuck, that, ugh, nasty.
Is that the QZ? Where the fuck is Fedra?
Uh-oh.
Put your seatbelt on.
No!
You're not hurt, nothing.
I don't think so.
Damn it. They crashed into a laundromat.
Hey, you see that hole? You can squeeze through. When I say go, you crawl to that wall, and you squeeze through, and you don't come out until I say, okay? I'm not gonna hit you. Stay down, you stay low, you stay quiet. Go!
Oh, gosh. All right, there's one. Come on, Ellie.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna go home. I'll tell everyone you're good. We can trade with you guys. We can be friends. I didn't know. I'm Brian.
Oh my gosh.
You can have it.
Get back behind the wall.
No, I'm sorry, please.
Ellie, I gotta get in there. I can't fit through.
There's some stuff against the door.
Can you move it?
I'm okay. I'm good. And I got your light, so.
The way he's looking at her. That scene was so good. Man, I feel bad that Joel doesn't have his backpack anymore with all this stuff.
I told you I was alone. What else do you want me to say?
I don't know, the truth?
Kathleen,
You know where Henry is. I wonder if this is the cell where my brother was beaten to death.
no, you were wronged, and I'm sorry. It has to stop.
It has to stop now, you mean? Now that you're in the cell. But before, people dying was okay. Have I satisfied the necessary conditions for you to talk?
I delivered you. I held you in my hands. I never told them anything about your brother.
But Henry did. And we know that he's still in the city. Where is he? You think I won't do it?
I'm your doctor.
Well, kind of like Kathleen.
Who did this?
We think it was outsiders. We found a truck loaded.
This actor looks familiar, but I can't place him. Is he gonna be dead? Well, never mind. Now he is.
This is Henry's work. Understand?
I don't like her anymore.
Find who did this. Find every collaborator and kill them all.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Jeez.
They're not Fedra and they're not Fireflies, so who are they?
People.
There's a really tall building like 4 blocks away.
Yeah, saw it.
So that's the one?
As soon as we don't hear a truck, we move.
Good call.
Are you okay?
I'm all right. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Thing is I didn't hear that guy coming. He shouldn't have had to. You know,
Well, you're glad I did, right?
you're just a kid. And you should know what it means to. It's not like you killed him, shooting. I know what it's like. First time that you hurt someone like that. If you, well, I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you really aren't.
I mean, it was my fault. You shouldn't have had to.
Oh.
And I'm sorry.
Wholesome moment. Vulnerable Joel moment. Oh, that affected Ellie.
It wasn't my first time.
Show me your grip. Finger off the trigger. Now, who taught you that?
Fedra school.
Figures. Your thumb. Over your thumb. Left hand squeezes down on the right. Got it? There you go. Look it.
Oh, I love this scene so much.
Uh-uh. You put it in your pack. Shoot your damn ass off.
No. What if she needs to get at it quickly? She's so happy. Yeah. Good call. I agree with that. Easy access, but concealed.
We'll get through this.
I know.
All right, hustle.
No sign of them. You?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah. Not them, but someone.
Henry won't let Sam starve. Double the guards around our provisions. He's fucking close. I can feel it.
Henry and Sam, not Joel and Ellie. Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
When do we tell the others?
Not yet. We can deal with this after.
Kathleen.
After. Seal off the building for now.
Oh gosh, Joel, hide.
Where'd you be without me, huh?
By now, Wyoming.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Walked into that one.
This is a FedEx truck. Love it.
All right, we'll make our way up. Come morning, I'll take a look at the city and find our way out.
Hey, you know that guy who said he was hurt? How did you know it was an ambush?
I've been on both sides. It was a long time ago. We did what we needed to survive.
You and Tess?
And the people we were with. My brother, too.
Did you kill innocent people?
Come on.
I feel like that was an answer. The non-answer was the answer. The answer was yes.
Come on.
Give me a minute.
Get up, you lazy ass.
Lazy ass. 56 years old, you little shit.
No, someone's been here before. Oh, never mind. They're putting it together.
Joel? Joel?
That's a smart idea.
Joel!
What?
What are you doing?
I don't want someone sneaking up on us while we're sleeping.
Oh, I get it. You sure you're gonna hear it?
Of course I'll hear it. That's the damn point.
Okay.
I love this shirt on Joel.
Hey,
Yeah?
when we were talking about hurting people, what did you mean it wasn't your first time?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh no.
All right. You don't have to. I'm just saying, it isn't fair, your age, having to deal with all of this.
So it gets easier when you get older?
No, not really. But still.
The reason I asked whether you'd hear the glass or not is because I've noticed you don't hear too well from your right side. Is it because you were shot there?
Probably more from shooting. So if you want to keep your hearing, you stick to that knife.
That's, yeah, valid.
Joel?
Hmm.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
Oh no.
It runs in your genes.
I've never heard that before.
That is so goddamn stupid.
You laughed, motherfucker.
I didn't laugh.
Yes, you did.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
You're losing it big time.
It's good to see Joel laughing. Oh my gosh, I need more of this. Give me more. It's at the end of the episode. Oh, not yet.
Joel. Joel!
Wow, what a way to end the episode. Ferg! It just makes me so excited for next week. All right, if you liked that reaction, let me know by hitting that like button down below. And as a heads up, this whole review today is going to be spoiler free. Okay, I loved this episode and I continue to be so in love with this show, and there's quite a lot to unpack with this episode, so here we go. First, I want to talk about the atmosphere and the scenery now that we are outside of the quarantine zone. I absolutely love the set design and the cinematic shots in this episode. I love the use of practical vehicles, and we're getting so much of that. We had it in episode 2. We saw it again at the tunnel scene here in episode 4, and I love it so much. I'm so happy that they have all of these practical vehicles for our actors to walk and drive around. I think it just makes it feel that much more realistic. And the larger cinematic shots in this episode were fantastic, but I especially love that they included Highway 3 in Alberta and the shot of the Lethbridge Bridge. It's technically called the High Level Bridge, also called the Lethbridge Viaduct. I love that they CGI'd a train on it and then had a collapse section, and also the CGI that they added like to the highway itself and off the highway. This is a highway that I have been on hundreds of times in my life. I have driven past that bridge hundreds of times in my life. And it was just so cool to see that. Very cool moment for me. The second thing, and really the main highlight of this episode for me, was getting some really good development and bonding between Joel and Ellie. This episode for me feels like it's finally the time where we're actually getting this familial bond. This kind of father-daughter relationship is finally starting to form, and I'm loving it. We're getting that bonding and that bickering, and Ellie is finally getting that like protector father figure type of person in her life, and Joel is once again stepping into those shoes after not really being in them for quite some time. And you can tell that he's kind of like remembering how it is and how it goes. And there's a lot of little details in this episode that I loved. I'm gonna get into that right now. When they were at their little camp out in the woods, Joel specifically told Ellie that nobody was going to hurt them. And when he realized the gravity of the words that he chose to tell her, he realized that he couldn't sleep, because he was going to need to ensure that that wouldn't happen and that she wasn't in any danger. And I love the shot of him standing there with his gun, just looking out into the woods. When they were in the truck and Ellie said she wasn't tired, and then it immediately cut to a shot of her passed out with Joel still driving, that was such a wonderful little humorous moment. Something that they didn't have to do and include, but I love that they did, because for those of you that play the video game, you'll know that's in the video game. I really love that Ellie picked up on the fact that Joel has trouble hearing out of his right ear, and then we got to see that at the very end of the episode where Ellie woke up, but Joel was still fast asleep because he was sleeping on his left side and therefore couldn't hear the boys enter the room. I really enjoyed how much of a jokester Ellie was in this episode with that pun book, and I absolutely loved the end of the episode where we finally got some genuine laughter out of Joel for the first time since episode 1. It was just so great to see that. It was great to see him let loose a little bit, and again, this just adds to that bonding and development between Joel and Ellie, and I want more of that. I'm so excited. Outside of those smaller details, I do want to talk about a couple like larger things about this episode that really stick with me. During the conversation in the truck, we finally get a little bit of understanding about Joel's feelings about the Fireflies, about the whole idea of saving the world. He was talking about Tommy, and he uses the words pipe dream and calls them all delusional. And it's just really interesting to get some insight into that. It's an interesting contrast for me because the way that I see Ellie, she seems a lot more optimistic about things, and we need to remember that she has no idea what the world was like before the outbreak because it happened 20 years ago and she's only 14. So this is all she knows. And it's also her first time outside of the QZ. This is her first time in a vehicle. It's her first time seeing these wide open fields and landscapes and highways and just being in different cities like Kansas City, and there's just so much for her. It makes sense to me that she would have a lot more optimism, especially as she keeps learning about what the world was like before the outbreak. Joel's general pessimism about things is obviously a big part of his character, but I just really love that conversation. I just found it super interesting. I loved watching it. And finally, Ellie's emotions in this episode was a very big highlight for me. We got to witness 2 moments where Ellie let out a few tears and then almost immediately composed herself back into serious focus mode. I just think these 2 moments were done beautifully. Obviously, the first one was right after she shot the guy that was trying to kill Joel. She was standing up against the wall. She let out some tears, quickly wiped them away, composed herself, got back out there. I love that because that's a very serious thing to do. It's a big deal. So I feel like I would cry too if I shot someone and didn't realize that I was going to have to. It just happened immediately. I feel like I would definitely be letting out some emotions too. But the more impactful moment for me, and this obviously ties in a lot with the bonding and development that I keep talking about between Joel and Ellie, but when Joel apologizes to her for putting her in a position where she needed to save him and it resulted in her firing the gun, his sincere apology got to her. It made her cry, and she wiped away those tears and, like, you know, composed herself. But I just find that scene so beautiful because it feels like, at least this is the way that Bella's kind of acting Ellie in this situation, but it really feels like Ellie's never had an adult do that to her before. She's never had an adult take accountability like that and put through a genuine apology to her. And I feel like receiving that for the first time after living a life where that just doesn't happen, I feel like that kind of shock would be very emotional. And if I were in her shoes, I also would have probably cried in that moment. I just found it so, so good. I just loved it. So overall, this episode was fantastic. This show just continues to hit hard every single week, and I am so excited to bring you episode 5. My reaction to that will be coming out 2 weeks from now, so definitely make sure that you're back here for that. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Thank you to all of my YouTube subscribers. Thank you to all of my members over on Patreon. I look forward to reading your comments below about your thoughts on this episode, so definitely let me know. And if you're not yet subscribed, please click here to do so. And if you want to continue watching things, click on somewhere over here. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we will see you next time. Take care.